Three-time world champion could finally return to WWE on SmackDown today and turn heel after 64 months. Tiffany Stratton retained the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam against Jade Cargill, with a feud and match making it abundantly clear that the brand's women's division lacks stars, both babyfaces and heels. There are no interesting challengers for Women's United States Champion Julia, and her title reign has been booked into oblivion. She has had just one match in her 6 weeks as champion, and that too was a rematch against former champion Zelina Vega. Meanwhile, Stratton didn't just have to face a babyface at SummerSlam but someone who was clearly not ready, whether in the ring or in building up to a featured match at SummerSlam. But what if the entire ordeal was a setup for something bigger, perhaps a massive return? The woman in question is two-time WWE Women's Champion and one-time Women's World Champion, Bianca Belair. The EST may return and turn heel for the first time since April 2020. The issue we're dealing with is this: while the Raw roster is absolutely stacked, the two biggest names on SmackDown have been involved in an unlikely tag team storyline. And for as entertaining as it may have been, and as great as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss can be for the division, their status as women's tag team champions leaves a major void with regard to potential challengers for Julia and Tiffany Stratton. The priority has to be Stratton and the WWE Women's Championship, and she needs the best challengers possible to finally elevate her seemingly underwhelming title reign. That has to be in the form of Bianca Belair. The EST has been out of action due to an injury since her incredible triple threat match against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41. She did serve as the special guest referee for Jade Cargill vs. Naomi at Evolution, which was sort of a perfect end to that chapter of their careers, considering Belair was the nexus of that conflict in the first place. There was no favoritism, just Belair calling it down the middle and raising Cargill's arm at the end of the match. Leading up to WrestleMania, she obviously had more pressing things on her plate than solving Cargill and Naomi's issues. Jade wasn't particularly thrilled by it, but they never had any substantial conflict. At Evolution, Naomi cashed in her MITB contract during the main event match between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and is now the Women's World Champion. With Naomi having moved to Raw, and Belair nearing a return and expected to be cleared soon, how the crowds have turned on both Belair and Cargill may prompt a heel turn, and some sort of segment involving the Storm and the Buff Barbie could lead to the three-time world champion showing up and going after the reigning WWE Women's Champion, turning heel and aligning herself once again with Cargill in the process. This way, Triple H could turn one of the most beloved babyfaces of this era heel, while also setting up a highly unpredictable title match for Clash in Paris that could go either way. It would certainly be a monumental moment, considering that Bianca has been a babyface her entire career on the main roster. What could Jade Cargill do following her potential heel turn tonight on WWE SmackDown? As discussed, it is not just Tiffany Stratton who lacks challengers for her title. WWE Women's United States Champion Julia is also in desperate need of opponents. Cargill's heel turn and a feud with Julia could quietly turn the beautiful Madness babyface and get the crowd behind her as she tries to resist Cargill as well as Belair. While Cargill and Belair could look to grab all the power and possibly even go after the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, this could lead to an alliance between Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Julia, not just elevating the reigning Women's United States Champion but also serving as a prelude for a potential War Games match.